Meowdy howdy, today we are doing a digital art video. I'm gonna do a digital drawing of Mori. You know, Mori from the previous video. Let me just grab up my reference image for her, because I should have done that before I started recording. Reference image. I will try to remember to put the link to the artist of that drawing in the description. By the looks of it, they used a base, so I will have to put two links, a link for the base and a link for the person who did the design on top of that. Not that you'll be seeing this, because I'm popping it out of the window, so I can see it while I draw. I've only slowly been getting back into digital art again. This is the drawing I was working on last night before I went to bed. Cario, my beloved. But today we're going to be drawing Mori. So Mori has this colour pink here. See, this colour pink here, and if we look at the colour wheel here, and we go opposite, it would be this shade of blue. So we're going to use this blue for the background. Woohoo! I actually want to try a new style, because I'm thinking about human redefined, and I'm going to start from the beginning and restructure that, and I want to have a simpler style of art, and my dehumidifier has just let me know that it's filled with water. But I want to have a simpler style of art for when I drew comic pages. But you'll see that when I start colouring. I see a lot of people talking about, you know, quick art tips online and that. Like, everyone loves seeing those. And really, they can be useful, they can be not unuseful, but you should always do what works for you in your art flow. Like, I've seen a lot of people lately say to turn your stabilization down. I tend to adjust mine depending on what I need. Like, I'll have it lower for an additional sketch, and then I'll increase it for when I'm doing lines and I need to be a little more steady. You should always adjust your tools to how they will work best for you, rather than, you know, just blindly following tips. Have I ever said how old Mori is? I don't think she's ever had an age. Maybe I should think about how old Mori is. I know I talked about some details about Mori as a character in the last video, but I can't actually remember what I said. So, yeah, that's very fun of me, isn't it? I should really write things down when they're actually in my brain box. The thing I love about doing digital art is the fact you can have layers, and it's so easy to just endlessly scribble over a base sketch. It is, in fact, my birthday on the day this is posting, the 26th of September. My birthday request is that you all do something that makes you happy. Do one small thing today that makes you happy, even if it's, you know, seemingly useless to anyone else. And I'd love to hear about it if you do that. I always have this problem when I do art. I do the heads just a little bit too big. Bobblehead, bobblehead. But really, heads are a lot smaller in comparison to the body than you generally think. I don't think I've even got Mori as part of any official group of characters. Eventually I'll take all my ungrouped characters and group them into stories. I need to spend more time actually writing though. I've got NaNoWriMo coming up, and I really need to actually get into the habit of writing every day, so I'll be ready for NaNoWriMo. Because at the moment I am woefully unprepared for NaNoWriMo. But I still have time, but I need to be careful about that, or I will be NaNoWriMo tomorrow and I'll still be going, I still have time! And obviously I don't have an infinite amount of time before NaNoWriMo. Yeah. I hate drawing feet. Right, now I've got the basic outline done. Let's zoom on in and do some eyes and a nose. How did I draw her nose previously? Didn't do a very interesting nose, did I? I'm also particularly proud of myself this week because I got this week's fishbowl video done on time, and I'm very pleased. I want to get into the habit of having a fishbowl video every week. I've got a few different projects to work on the fishbowl server too, so it shouldn't be too hard. It's just, actually doing it not last minute, because I did definitely do this week's video last minute. This week is a whole bunch of last minute things, I'm sorry. I'm very good at doing last minute. Did I do little stoop eyebrows on her in the traditional art? Oh, I don't even know where my sketchbook is. Ooh, I've got my can of drink there. I didn't realise I brought it into this room with me. I'm just grabbing my sketchbook so I can look at the traditional art I did of Mori. Right, I did ordinary eyebrows and used plenty of stickers. Yay me! I love stickers. I have so many stickers now. I have an obscene amount of stickers. One day I will show you all of my stickers. Ugh. Do I need to make these eyes a little bit further apart so they fit the picture better? Maybe. Maybe so. Maybe so. Eyebrows. I do have some birthday plans, but due to the fact this video posts before I do those plans, I will not be talking about those birthday plans, because I don't really like to do the I will be at this place at this time thing. But afterwards, I will happily talk to you about my birthday plans and how they went. I really need to practice drawing lips more. Maybe I should do some lip studies. I might also do a video where I redraw an old piece of art. I also still have, I'm going to do another Minecraft landscape drawing. Like Kay suggested, I will in fact do a landscape drawing from Minecraft of the lush caves. I just don't know when I'm doing that, but it will happen. Maybe I'll do it digitally. Or I could do it digitally and traditionally. Why not? I feel like this arm is a little short, isn't it? Yeah. You're a little bit short, arm. Slide you down a little bit. We'll remove the undershirt. Why not? I'll do the fingers momentarily. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fingers, and the thumb is here, I think. No, I don't know. I was just holding up my hand to contemplate fingers. I've definitely made her dress a little bit shorter here. You know what, that is fine. Zoomy, 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 and as usual, I would love to hear about your art projects. Always happy to hear about art. And if your birthday is soon or was recent, I'd love to hear about that too. My axolotl lamp that my nana recently got me was actually an early birthday present. It's a Minecraft axolotl lamp. There was another lamp there, a fox lamp, that I also really like, but I like the axolotl lamp more. Maybe one day I'll get the fox lamp too. The fox lamp comes in 2 different colours. I will show you a picture of it. Axolotl Minecraft lamp. Images. Copy image. So this, where'd it paste? Oh, all the way over there. This is the axolotl lamp that I got. It slowly changes between the colours, and it's so cute, and I love it. And then there's also the fox lamp. I'm seeing there's also this other cute axolotl lamp. Did I copy that image right? Best. Look at this one. I've never seen this one in store. But same brand. It's so cute. The fox one comes in 2 different colours. We don't need to keep those on the screen, I guess. The fox one comes in 2 different colours. Oh, it pasted that really small. So there's the original. Look, it's a baby fox light, isn't it so cute? And then there's the Arctic fox. Aren't they both so cute? I would love to get both of them eventually. There is also there's a whole lot of different Minecraft lamps, but the ones I'm showing are the ones I've seen in store. The Minecraft lamp. I've also seen this one in store. It's a bee one, look! Isn't it cute? I see someone's made bee string lights. Bee Minecraft string lights, that's adorable. Maybe I should watch that TikTok and make my own bee string lights. There's so many different cute Minecraft things you can get. I love it. But let's get back to this drawing. But the Minecraft lamp was my early birthday present. And I love it. It sits in my bedroom for when I'm drawing in bed. Should I lengthen these legs a little bit? I think I should lengthen these legs a little bit. And maybe just the lower half of the legs. The other perk of digital art is how easy it is to fix things like this. It's pretty easy traditionally too, but you fix things in a different kind of way. I'm going to add just a bright green square to help me keep this aligned. Cool. Does this show her feeties? It does, she's got boots on. Alright. And one last sketch layer, and then we'll do the final line art kind of layer. Oh. I think I actually need the stabilization a little bit up now. A little bit up, please. And the top is kind of a V, and then she's got this kind of these. I'm planning on having 2 videos posted today, but I don't know if they'll both be digital or if one of them will be a traditional. I guess we'll wait and see. You will see by the end of the day. I do plan on eventually going back to making Genshin and Honkai videos too. I just haven't been playing those games very much. I play Honkai just because I had the thing where you get the... I had the paid thing where you get the thing every day. So I've been playing just to log on and get that every day, and then also do the daily things. But I have not been opening Genshin at all, and it doesn't fit on my tablet anymore, so I can only play it on computer, and I find the controls for Genshin hard on computer. Because I've only ever really played it either on my phone or my tablet, so it's really weird adjusting to being on computer all of a sudden. It's funny because most games I find are easier on computer, but Genshin and Honkai, easier on tablet. I do have Honkai installed on my computer too, so maybe I should try to switch to playing it on computer more often just so I can adjust to it before it gets too big for my tablet. But then I don't know what I'll do with my tablet if Honkai ever gets too big for it. I've got a bunch of books on my tablet that I read on it too, so I guess it'll become my reading device. I've thought about getting a Kindle before, but I don't know how Kindles work. Can you not just dump PDFs you already have on it? Because I have a lot of PDFs of books, and I don't want to use Amazon's Audible thing, because I'm not interested in using Amazon for anything, honestly. I've just never used Amazon, and I don't trust Amazon. I've got Lily sitting on the shelf next to me. I should really show my desk area so you know what I mean when I say I've got a cat sitting on the shelf next to me. Maybe in a future art video I will show you my setup, because I have two desks in my room now. I've got this main desk for my computer and the desk behind me that I do my traditional art videos at. But it's also just really messy in here. I've got to figure out fingers now, don't I? Can't run from fingers forever. Fingers. I don't think I'm necessarily bad at drawing fingers, but I could definitely use a lot more practice. So the thumb is hidden by the hand, I assume. This is kind of definitely, it's the same pose as that original drawing, just slightly different. Bloop. I'll definitely have to fix up the legs a little bit and add the boots. And of course I did remove her white undershirt, just because I didn't really want to draw the sleeves. Maybe in a future drawing of her she can have her undershirt back. You know, she can have multiple outfits if she wants. Bloop, 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 bloop. Do I have the... I do have the recording audio. I always have that moment of, wait, am I recording audio? Because of the time I recorded a bunch of videos and did not have it recording audio. And that was very sad for me. I lost a bunch of recording because I did not turn on the audio on the headphone cable. It was very sad for me. Boots. She does seem to be wearing either leggings or really high socks. I think we will make it like their leggings and we will put them in just one colour rather than having the stripes. Ta-da! And now we do a final line art layer and then delete the sketch. Lock you. Increase my stabilization because this is the final layer. Do I want to draw the hair a little bit shorter? Because I think I might have drawn it longer than it is. No, we'll keep it this length, I think. The thing I love about my tablet is it's got a lot of buttons on the side of it, and I like having buttons so I can use those as the shortcuts, rather than having to use my keyboard. For at the moment I only really use the buttons for undo and to change the size of the brush, because I forgot what the others are. I mean, I can also use this, there's this little touch thing, see, and I can use that to zoom in and out, but I find you can't get to a specific size with that, so I don't really use it. And am I able to use sniping tool? Paste. So this is what my tablet looks like. I don't know if you find that interesting. But that's what my tablet looks like. I've got a strip of washi tape along the top here, because it makes it look cute. I used to have a bunch of stickers on there, but I recently peeled them all off to replace them, and I've only put a washi tape along the top and a sticky here. But I use this button and this button to change the brush size, and I don't know what button I use to delete. I mean undo, because I do it automatically when I need to undo. And this is a touch thing, so you kind of touch and stroke it to zoom in and out. And then I don't remember what any of the other buttons do. But I really like my tablets. I've had it for at least 2 years now, maybe nearly 3, and it's doing good. I've only had to replace the cable the once, but apparently that's quite common with this type of tablet's cable. And I should probably really get another cable for it, you know, have a backup cable. Actually, I won't draw the pupils in because I will colour those separately. I don't know if I'd recommend this tablet. I used it for a couple of years with my laptop, and it was okay, but also I had to get a cooling pad for my laptop, because if I didn't have the cooling pad and I had the tablet plugged in, it would crash my laptop and turn it off and lose whatever drawing I was working on. But also, if I opened a game, you know, it just couldn't do a whole lot at once while having the art tablet plugged in. So I don't know if I'd recommend this if you've got a laptop that just struggles to do things. I think I have a video on my channel from when I first got this art tablet, comparing it to my previous art tablet, which was a screenless one, because these are the only 2 art tablets I've ever owned. So I think I'd actually recommend getting a screenless art tablet if you're using a laptop. And if you've got a proper PC, then I would recommend getting a screen tablet. Because now I have a thing on the bottom of my desk that the keyboard can go on and slide under the desk, so it can slide out of my way, and then my art tablet can just remain on my desk and plugged in and turned on 24/7, because my computer can actually handle it. I picked this computer just because it was what I could afford and it was decent, so it's not, you know, top of the line features or anything, but it can have my art tablet plugged in 24/7, and that is good enough for me. I've got a cat getting herself comfortable at my feet. Terry, my politely feral foster cat who has accidentally ended up living with me permanently, I don't know when her birthday is, and I'm not quite sure how old she is. I think my mum might have an idea of an age range for her, but she doesn't have a birthday, so I've decided her birthday is also tomorrow. So I don't know how old she'd be turning, but I've decided Terry can share my birthday because she doesn't have one. All my other cats have a birthday. I mean, only Lily's is accurate because I watched Lily's birth, but they all have birthdays. With Akira and Serafina, I just knew how old they were, so I counted back the months and gave them a birthday based around that. I think Serafina is only a few months younger than Lily, and my grandparents' cat Bunny, she's somewhere between Lily and Serafina in age. And Akira is my oldest cat. And then obviously Terry is my youngest cat because she was still little baby when she was caught outside and brought indoors. And my mother originally had Terry, and then my mother was moving, so I offered to take Terry, and Terry has just kind of stayed with me ever since. And I think Terry is okay with that. She doesn't particularly like me, but she's happy to live indoors at least. She likes that I give her food every day. That's Terry's main takeaway from living indoors. She gets food every day, she gets water every day, and she's got a nice place in the sun that she can sleep. And she sometimes snuggles with Serafina, and she mostly gets left alone, and she's quite pleased with that. You know, I did not think it would take this long. I honestly thought this would be a bit quicker, but no. I mean, I haven't even started the colouring, so I think the colouring process will be where it's shorter, maybe. I have to remember to close gaps. Blum, blum, blum. I love when Akira curls up under the desk on my feet, because then she keeps my feet warm, because my feet are always a little bit cold. It's funny, because since starting on my anti-anxiety medication and then starting testosterone, I am just constantly overheating from the combination of those two things, because I think my anti-anxiety medication increases heat sensitivity, and then something about testosterone just makes me more prone to overheating. I think that's why you see a lot of men just walking around in the winter in shorts, because honestly, you end up too hot in all the layers, and the legs are the most comfortable part to have bare. So I have fallen into the trap where I am also often wearing shorts, no matter how cold it is outside. I didn't include her little glasses because I didn't want to. Let's just thicken up this line up by duplicating the layers. Easy little trick. Colour pick her skin tone. Bloop. I'm going to put it on her legs, but they're going to be like sheer leggings. Obviously I'm going to have to do a few little fixes, because obviously her eyes shouldn't be like that. Oop. Oopsie doopsie. This is not the most tidiest way of doing things. There. I've probably got other little spots and gaps of mist too. I kind of wanted to have a scribbly kind of colouring style, but I think with the way I've done the line art, maybe I'll just keep it within the lines. Oh, she doesn't have a fingernail on one of her fingers there. I think I've got all her skin. So, the thing about drawing people with darker skin tones is the palms tend to be a little bit lighter. Let me get a reference picture. So you'll see that, paste. People with darker skin tones, see they'll have the darker skin tone there, but their palms tend to be a lighter colour than the rest of them. I think it might be the same on their feet, I'm not entirely sure. So, if you want to have your art looking a little bit better when you're drawing people with darker skin tones, you want to make sure you get them palms right. Let me show you another reference image. See? You can kind of see it on the fingertips too, because I guess the skin is, there's less, it's more visible there. I kind of feel like I'm accidentally doing this a little bit too grey, and I'm also doing it on the wrong layer. Because another thing is, a lot of people when they draw people of colour, or black people, they often make it a little bit ashy, but they're not ashy. Like, people aren't ashy in tone, generally. Unless you're, like, really malnourished or something, or deprived of vitamin D. But ultimately, they've always got some sort of pigment to their skin, so you can't have the ashy look. Just doesn't really make sense. Little bit of blendy. Of course, different groups of people will have different features, and I think it's important to look into that. I think I definitely need to work on drawing more people with more varied features. It's definitely something I'm lacking in. But honestly, never believe anyone who just says they can't draw certain people because it doesn't fit their style, because honestly, any type of person can be made to fit your style if you actually, try to, and if you're good enough at doing your own art style. And you'd think if it's your art style, you would be good enough at that. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to work with your art style to be able to draw more widely common features. Doesn't make any sense. Right, now the face. Right, let me merge that down so I don't accidentally alter the hands further. I like to have a little bit of pink in the corners here on any skin tone of character, because I just think it looks nice. You can imagine it's either eyeshadow or, I don't know, it's probably eyeshadow. I just think a nice pink tone looks cute. I'm also going to add freckles, which I've forgotten about on her hands and arms. Let's add those freckles, actually. So, I guess this person does not live in the real world because she has bright pink freckles. Aren't they cute? And I doubt anyone would have the patience to draw bright pink freckles all over their body, so she's clearly lit from a type of world where bright pink freckles are the norm. But I think they look cute. I'm just adding a little bit more shade on here to add the pink kind of tones to other parts of her body. I think it suits in this kind of whitish, lighter tone of her palms. If you have any bits of advice or things you've learned about drawing people of different, different body types, like skin tones, body types, anything like that, that's some advice that you really like, I'd love to hear it. Or if you have advice on how you think I could draw this particular character better, I'm always happy to hear that too. But do remember that when it comes to advice, it's not helpful to say, you do this bad, as a statement. Like, just saying you do this bad isn't helpful. Saying, I think you could do this better, this is how, that is actually helpful. Or if you like a certain part, you can say, I like the way you do that part, it's, continue the sentence, it blah blah blah. But also, I think you should always keep in mind not to just tell people things. Like, if you're seeing art and you don't know the artist particularly well, I don't think it's a good idea to give them random advice if they have not asked for it. Like, I think most artists have someone they can go to if they want to improve a particular area, or they'll broadcast it in some way that they do want the advice. Akira was just clawing my toesies. She looks like she's got kind of darker eyebrows in the reference image that I'm using. So let's do that. Oop. They kind of blend in, don't they? Do I want to change the colour of the line art, maybe? I don't really do line art that often, but if I'm going to have line art, maybe I should have it be a fun colour. Why not? She has yellow eyes, which is one of my favourite traits on a character. I love drawing yellow eyes. I think more people should have yellow eyes. Whenever I draw myself, I tend to draw myself with yellow eyes, just because I think they're the best colour. In real life, I actually have brown eyes. And honestly, brown is not too far off from yellow, so I tend to consider it good enough. Yeah. Yellow. I like to do the whites of the eye kind of grey because it makes the colour of the eyes stand out a little bit more, and I think that is fun. I should have just used the circle tool for these. Who wouldn't want to have bright glowy eyes? And duplicate layer so I can draw on it without muddling the main layer. This was meant to be the quicker way, but I've ended up abandoning that idea. I will practice it more later. I still have a lot of writing to do for Human Redefined too. Yeah. I also like to add a little rim around the eye. I just think it looks neat. I don't always do it, but when I do it, I think it looks neat. I think that's most of how I decide to do things. I just think it looks neat. Pupil. I also like when the pupil isn't perfectly circle. I think it adds a little bit of human to the art, you know? I also like to add a little bit of purple and a bit of red recently, because I think it looks neat. Ta-da! Now let's colour her hair. Blonk. Colour pick from the reference image. Wow. I've definitely got plenty of characters with pink hair. Lots of characters with either pink hair or yellow eyes, or even pink hair and yellow eyes. That's definitely a very common thing among my characters. Because I love pink and I love yellow. Yellow and pink are my two favourite colours. I'm actually really pleased with this drawing so far. Yay! And I'm glad to finally have more art of Mori. Maybe we'll do more videos in future where I just go through and slowly draw characters of mine that don't have much art, as they deserve it. Right, let's add a little shininess factor on here. And I'll blend it out a little bit because it doesn't look quite right like that. Right, let me add a little bit more. And then duplicate this layer, mush, and smudge a little bit. Smudge, smudge, smudge. Do I like that? Maybe a little halfway. Yes, I like that. Right, let's move on to her clothing. Wait, I forgot her legs. They're meant to be leggings, aren't they? What colour leggings do we want to give her? So, in the original reference image, they're kind of white with grey stripes. Let's just make them this kind of bluey, greyish colour. But they're kind of sheer. Layer, selection. There we go. Now I've selected that. They kind of sheer like that. Wait. And just do it like that. There we go. They kind of sheer. But I also want them to have a little bit of texture because they're clothing. There. It's not the best looking, but she's wearing leggings to maintain her warmth. Right. Little gold buttons. Little gold buttons. I have a metal pen. I have a few different metal things, but I don't tend to use them a whole lot, and when I do use them, I like to modify them a little bit, just so they blend in with the rest of my art a little bit better. If I remember to, I will also put links to some different pen packs I use. They all work in Clip Studio Paint and Photoshop, I think. And if I don't remember to and you want them, you can comment on the video and then I will saying, hey, you didn't do the thing, and then I will put it in the description and no doubt reply to your comment with them. But again, I don't know if they work on anything other than Clip Studio Paint and Photoshop because I've only ever used Clip Studio, Paint, and Photoshop, honestly. I mean, I did used to use Paint.net, but these are the programs I'm most familiar with. Before I got an art tablet, I remember I used a combination of Paint.net and Photoshop, and then once I got my first screenless art tablets... No, wait, it was Paint.net and Photoshop, and then it was eventually all Photoshop. And then eventually I got my first art tablet, and it didn't work with the version of Photoshop I had, because me arty. If you get the reference, I was sailing the high seas with that Photoshop. And then once I got my tablet, I got a permanent license for Clip Studio. And I'm still on the first version of Clip Studio, because I can't pay a subscription for an art program, sorry. I don't want to merge that upwards yet. I think I want to give her a green dress again. I just think it looks a little bit nicer. Like, I just really like the green. Bloop. Yeah. Alright, let's do some shading for this dress. Based on how I've been shading it so far, I would assume the point of light is up here. So the shade would be, away from the light, so to speak. But also I'm never the most tidy with my shading anyway. Especially in digital art. Actually, I don't think I'm ever tidy with it, because, I consider all my traditional art to be kind of practice art. So why would I be the most tidy and specific with my practice art? Let's just say I'm not a perfectionist with art. I haven't been doing a lot of digital art lately. In fact, I haven't been doing much art at all this month. So my wrist has actually been feeling a lot better, which is nice. It is a little bit sore at the moment, but I also did carry a heavy box today, so yeah, that tends to happen. I see in the reference image, she also has kind of little blue jewel things on her boots that I did not draw. Maybe in a future drawing I will add those, but this one I am not. I like this brush just to add a little bit more texture, because I think texture is fun and important. There we go. Now the boot bottoms. The boot bottoms are automatically darker just because they are on the bottom of her foot. There we go. And then another fun thing I like to do, for the clothing at least, because we've still got the hair and all the skin on a different layer, I like to grab this staticky thing. Let's make it a little bit bigger, mush it down, wait for it to mush down, and then clip it to the layer below, because you'll see that it adds kind of a nice staticky look to the clothing, and I think that just adds a nice texture element to it. And then, lo and behold, we have drawn one Mori. I hope you have enjoyed this video of Mori getting more art, because Mori deserves it. Oh, I see I actually have details written on her page. I decided in the last video that she was 23. So here is Mori, my beloved. Don't you just love her? And I will see you in the next video. Ciao ciao.